Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for April 4th. We are looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. This pair closed up on Friday. It did gap, but very little at the open. We are looking for this pair to continue moving to the upside with a bias to the upside. Look for it to potentially go as high and hit resistance at 95.00. And look for some resistance if it comes down to 94.00. Okay, let's take a look at the Euro USD pair. This particular pair closed down on Friday. It did move lower. Overall, still moving sideways with the bias sideways. Look for it to potentially come up to the 136.50, potentially right about here. And look for it to potentially move as low as 133.95, which is right here. Look for some resistance to kick in right around the 136.05 area, and look for some support at the 134.50 area, which would be right around here. Okay, let's take a look at the pound US dollar pair. This particular pair closed down on Friday after a pretty strong run up all week. We are looking at a gap also of 79 pips at the open. Very significant gap. We will look for it to retrace that gap during the rest of this week. This pair overall is moving sideways with a bias that is sideways as far as the long term. Look for it to potentially go as high as 138 or 33.80. Possibly as low as 151.00. Look for it to hit some resistance around the 153.10 area and find some support around the 152.05 area. Now looking at the US Swiss, this pair closed higher during this last session. During Friday's session, moved much higher. Especially after Thursday spiked down. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go up to the 107.00 mark, the 1.077700 mark, and look for it to come down and possibly hit some resistance, or support rather, at the 105.25 area. Look for some resistance around 10650, and look for some support around the 1.0550 mark. Well, as far as what I'm looking for during this next session, we do have a swing trade opportunity that has formed in the US Swiss. This particular pair has formed a swing trade during this last session, or the last three sessions rather. It's fairly close to the market, but looking for a breakout at 10626 and coming on up to this area. I do believe we will see this during this next session, so keep an eye on this pair. Could generate about 40 pips roughly for this particular trade. I do believe we'll see it zip on through there. Well, that pretty much wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.